Well, I had promised you to do a few assignment questions, and here's one of them. And I'm not sure how many more I can do, but this question is the third one, and it talks about an attempt to escape an island, and the wind is blowing a raft and setting it to sea, and he's blown along the following straight lines, 2.5 kilometers 45 degrees north of west and so on. So there are like 5 segments given there, and I'm trying to draw it out and to make it clear for you. So the first one, 2.5. So first we draw the directions. Let me pull that back a little bit and slow it down. So here it is. And then the first one is 2.5 kilometers 45 degrees north of west. So this angle right here should be 45 degrees, and this is 2.5 kilometers, right? And the second one is 4.7 kilometers, that's this one, 60 degrees south of east. So this angle must be 60 degrees south of east. And the third one is 5.1 kilometers straight east. That's the one, 5.1 kilometer straight east. And then you have 7.2 kilometers, 55 degrees south of west. So that's 7.2, 55 degrees south of west, right? 55 degrees. And the last one is 2.8 kilometers, 10 degrees north of east. So 2.8, that angle, little angle here should be 10 degrees because it's to the north of east. So you should be capable of drawing that, and then I'm going to label all the angles here, and I'm just getting the east direction there, and that's 45 degrees, and this is 30 degrees. You know why? Because the other angle was 60, correct? So I took this as 30, and this is 5.1 kilometer, and that's 55 degrees, 7.2. This is 2.8 kilometer, 10 degrees. And now you have to break up each one into its components. So you have the x and the y for each one, as you can see. All right. So each one is broken up into the x and the y. And then we're going to look at the x components one by one. And you've got to be careful. This is the x component number 1. Right? And the second one is here. The third one is the 5.1 kilometer. Fourth is this red one. We're talking about the x components, and then you have the last one here. Okay. So you've got to find each component taking the cos and the sine carefully, which I'm doing now. This is 2.5 cos 45, which gives, I got to speed that up, which is 1.77. And then this is also 1.77 because it's 2.5. Sine 45 will be the same. All right, and this component here is 4.7 because remember this is 4.7 and this angle is 30. So 4.7 cos 30, which is 4.07. And the other one is 4.7 sine 30. That's 2.35. Now, this one is 7.2, so this is 7.2 sine 55, which is 5.89, and this one is 7.2 cos 55, which is 4.13. And the last one, this is 2.8 cos 10. You can't really see that. Well, that's 2.75 kilometers because you can't see it. The smart physics there is not really smart to hide it. And the next one is 2.8 sine 10. So once you have all the x and the y, let's take the total x. Take the x components. Only the x. 2.35 is positive. 1.77 is negative. You see that? 5.1 is positive. And 2.75 is Where's the 2.75? Okay, down here. And I missed the next component. I'll correct that later. Do the same with the y. You got 1.77. The y component minus 4.07. If you look at it carefully, you can see the y component is 4.07. Okay, so take those, and then you have the 5.89, which is also negative, right? And then you have plus 0.49. So you got to be careful when you look at these components. And now I corrected the x that I had missed out. I had not taken 4.13. See, I had missed this out, which I included now. And sure, it's negative, correct? So I get the total x as 4.3, and I get the total y as minus 7.7. So let me draw that again. So that's the x and the y. Positive 4.3, negative 7.7. Okay, and so this would be 8.82. Because you got to square both, add them up and take the square root, right? So that gives you 8.8 and then 8.82 kilometers, and then you can find this angle theta by taking tan theta, because this is the opposite side by adjacent side. So take the opposite by adjacent, you would get 1.79. Take the arc tangent of that, you get 60.8 degrees. There you have it. This is one of the problems in the assignment. And I might be able to do at least one more, but I'm not sure. So hope for the best, and thank you.